Esther has been having fun with friends and staff at the center in Bernie. There's a really beautiful pond. It's manufactured, it's not real, but it has some headwaters that are pumped from the well, and it flows down some riverbanks into a bigger pond, and then that pond has some suction pipes in the bottom of it that pull the water into a filter. And then the filter does its thing, sifts out impurities, aerates, and puts the water back into the pond through a series of pipes. And when it's all working well, the pond is as clear as a mountain stream. But then it started to get cloudy. People came, they assessed it, they put bigger pumps in, still cloudy. And finally it was determined that the pipes putting the water back were clogged. So step one was happening. The asking was happening. The water was being called out. Step two was happening. Source was answering it, was being filtered, spinning in the vortex. But step three was not happening because the pipes were clogged. And even though everything was working to give back to this pond what it was asking for, the clogged pipes prevented it from coming. And so it was decided, since the pond is precious, why not lay new pipes? Someone said, let's lay them on top of the ground. Why bury them before we're sure it works? So new pipes were laid on top of the ground. And now, step one is happening, step two is happening, step three is happening. No more clogged pipes. The pond is thriving again. And we want to ask you, what do you think about just laying some new pipes? Because often, step one is happening. Your life is causing you to ask. And step two is happening. Source is doing its part, orchestrating circumstances and events. Everything's working for you, giving back to you precisely what you have asked for. But if your pipes are clogged up, if you're all bound up in habits of thought that don't resonate with the flowing that you're asking for, then you don't get the results you want. Sometimes you say, I'm not getting any movement, so something is so out of whack. And we say, there's only ever one thing out of whack. You get yourself bound up in a series of habits of thoughts, even though everything is always working out for you. You have clogged pipes. So your results are it doesn't flow, and then your assumption is screwy. You look just like that big old pressure pump. Instead of operating at 8 pounds of pressure, you get up around 40 and 50 and you look like you're going to explode. You've got to find a way to let the pressure off your own pump, you see.
Now I have a question, like a recurring theme in my life. I have friends and family members that seem to repeat the same pattern, like they have either health issues or financial issues.
It's logical, isn't it?
Or relationship issues.
Now we want to just ask you, is this a conversation that you want to continue to practice the vibration of? Because you've got a disc going. It is your practice disc. What you are living is because of that practice disc.
Right.
And every word you speak about it just practices that vibration more. And make sure that that is the disc that you're on, and nobody can get on it that's different from that. So the question is, now that I understand that I'm perpetuating it the way I'm stating it, do I want to choose something different now, or should I just go ahead and perpetuate the same? Your work is not to redefine it all right now. Your work is just give us something other than the pipe clogging story that you always tell. That's really what we're asking for. Something other than the pipe clogging story. Anything that you think might unclog a pipe. And what you might discover is, if you stay off that pipe clogging subject, it might be easier for you to lay some new pipes. And the question that we want to ask all of you, does she need to lay new pipes about a relationship, or can she just lay new pipes? What do you think?
Lay new pipes.
Yeah. Who knew?
Yeah.
You don't have to lay relationship pipes, just lay new pipes, because Source has already got the relationship story really, really understood.
Okay. Yes.
So you could pick any subject that feels better and lay new pipes and use that as your reason for the disc that you choose.
Okay.
So that's easy for you, isn't it?
Yes. I know the universe is abundant. I know it's just me telling my horrific story and looking back on it.
Don't tell that story anymore and don't use that word anymore.
Okay.
Your story is not horrific. Your story is clarifying. Your story is filled with information. Your story has launched rockets of desire. Your story has created a vortex that when you allow it, it's going to thrill you at every level of your being.